and the ball this time does roll out of play. It seems that this left-hand side, as we see things on the pitch, is a bit more favoursome to play football in, a little bit drier, the ball rolls a bit better. But over on that right-hand side, the way in which Barcelona are shooting, the ball can't move at all. Here it is on the left-hand side with Aranda. Aranda inside to Delgado as Boca look to come forward. Here's Bianco, who twists and turns and really struggles to get the ball out of his feet amongst the wet. And Barcelona, who are having to keep up the ball to get it moving, give it away on the halfway line, but they win a foul, they win a free kick deep inside their own half in the right back position. The referee spotting a foul there as Barcelona look to keep the ball in the air and bring it out from the back. They'll take this free kick through Weigand, who looks across to Di Lolo and has to be careful because the ball stops dead, but he's able to keep it moving and play it out to Velasila, who chips it long down this left-hand side. It's headed away, but brought down this time by Castillo. Barcelona send it backwards. They misjudge the flight of the ball, and back it goes to Rangel, who luckily is able to pick it up before Boca Juniors can get there, and Barcelona can clear long. But the ball seemingly unable to fall to anyone, as it once again just drops dead in these wet conditions, and Boca Juniors this time will win a free kick deep inside their own half after a foul committed by Brian Cavalli, and the referee, I think, got that one spot on. He just caught the back of the leg of his marker. So a free kick near the halfway line for Chinese, Boca Juniors. That means Genoese, the region of Italy where the founders came from, something they still celebrate. But it's Barcelona now who come forward, and a slip from the Boca Juniors left back has set through Benedetto, who tries to turn and is able to play it across to Wheeler, the youngster who makes just his 5th start of the season. But Boca win it back and send it long, and here they come through Asquila, who tries to play it across and into the pass of Jimenez, and Barcelona able to bundle it out for a corner ball, the first of the game, and it goes to the Argentinian side. 6-time winners of this competition, and after 5 minutes it's Barcelona 0, Boca 0, and you feel that this game is going to lack any kind of quality given the conditions, and it's going to be one of those games that for everyone will be a bit of a slog. Delgado is down, he's holding his shin. I think he went down off the ball there. He went up for the header, and as he fell, he landed, his leg bent backwards as he was falling, and I think he just landed on his ankle. But it will now be a corner, which Paredes strolls over to take over on the far side, the right, and Paredes is going to take all the time in the world to bring the ball to the quadrant. Eventually he does put it there, and he will look to play this one on, and you feel it's going to have to hit ahead given that the ball doesn't really roll today. So ball on the right hand side, corner comes in with Paredes, who plays it into the middle. It's headed down and flicked goalwards, stabbed in, is it? No, saved off the goal line, excellent save, still not cleared, and eventually Barcelona can bundle it out. But a great save there from the Barcelona goalkeeper Jose Contreras, who made not one but 2 saves on the goal line as Boca looked to stab it in from the corner. The initial header from the Paredes cross from Merentiel, but here come Barcelona the other way, shooting from range. That ball eventually trickles out for a goal kick, but it was so wet that really it could have stayed in. The header goalwards flicked on. It was Merentiel who made first contact. Delgado flicked it goalwards, and Merentiel slid in to try and make the second shot, but an excellent save by Jose Contreras keeps parity here, and it will be a goal kick at the other end for Boca through Leandro Bray. But Jose Contreras here, the goalkeeper for Barcelona, down, holding his groin, and play will momentarily pause again as the referee goes over to see if he's okay. I think he took some contact as he went down to make that save, scrambling around on his goal line as he did, and immediately as that ball was cleared, he went down holding that groin. But he does seem to be okay now in his maroon kit. He will be able to continue as Boca lump it long and into the Barcelona half. This pitch big but damp. Does Barcelona win it back with their back line and flick it out to Valencia over on that left-hand side, and he can only win a throw-in for his side in front of the small home support who've come to watch their team today. It's certainly not a full house here, but those fans that have come making lots of noise, it would appear, as Boca Juniors win a free kick right on the halfway line, and they do it through Milton Jimenez. So De Lolo stands over it, he lumps it long, and it was it Jimenez again trying to run onto the loose ball? He goes down on the edge of the box. Well, it was Merentiel who's down holding his face. Nothing's come of it yet, but we have now got VAR in this competition, so we'll see if they fancy having a look at this one. Still Merentiel down holding his nose, and the referee just having a word. Merentiel eventually back up and onto his feet, and as he was running forward towards that ball, he got himself in a 50-50. And actually, there was some contact with his face, but nothing comes of it, and it will be a drop ball, which will be rolled to Jose Contreras, the Barcelona goalkeeper. It appears that they've moved into a 4-2-3-1 Barcelona, with Solis dropping in behind Benedetto. But the goalkeeper will take his time before sidewindering it out. And Boca Juniors able to clear, but only as far as that man Solis, who looks back to Valencia. Valencia under pressure, tries to stab it clear, but this damp pitch just sucks that ball up once again. This right-hand side so difficult to play in, and Barcelona scrapping to keep possession on this right-hand side. They chip it forward down the right, looking for Carabali, who can't quite keep it in play. In fact, Castillo there has slid through the billboards, and the first yellow card of the game is shown, and it goes to Boca Juniors. Just watching that again, the ball chipped forward. Oh, and it's actually a clean tackle, I think. Well, it was Quinones who went down. It was Aranda who's been booked, the left midfielder, and I think he's been very hard done by there. He certainly won the ball by my eyes, but he will have to play the rest of the match, all 80 minutes plus stoppage time, on a yellow. Thomas Aranda, the first player of the game to go into the referee's book. It will be a free kick over on the right hand side, almost in corner kick position. Carabali stands over this one. He raises two hands into the air, both of his wrists wrapped in yellow, and he plays the ball in, and it's low and it's hard, and the ground once again just sucks that ball up, and it's easily cleared and out for a throw in on this near side, the right, near the halfway line. And it takes an age for the ball to get into the hands of Carabali, who eventually will throw it into play, headed away by Boca Juniors and stabbed up and into the sky for their strikers to chase. It's one, is it? Yes, it is, by Merentiel, who turns and finds Jimenez, and Jimenez loses out, and that ball cleared by Barcelona down this right hand side, which is being chased by Castillo. Castillo finds Benedetto, who goes to ground and wins a free kick on this right hand side, 2 yards from the touchline, probably 30 yards from the byline, and it was given by the assistant referee. And another brawling occurs, Solis going in on Arando, who's already been booked. Nothing, I think, coming of this one. It was Jimenez who made the foul on Benedetto in that play. So free kick, right hand side, right in this wet patch. Castillo's asking to move it given the wet. The referee quite rightly says no, that was the spot of the foul, and that's where you have to take it. Well, in Europe there is certainly no way this match will be played given the state of the right-hand side of this pitch. But it will be a free kick. Play will continue. And Castillo stands over the ball with his hands on his hips. Yellow players inside the box as the ball's whipped in towards the front post, headed goalwards and high up and over the top of the left-hand crossbar and out for a goal kick to Boca Juniors and to Bray. And Boca, well, they're going to have to send this up into the air. There's no way they can play out from the back. They tried it early on. They've realised that that's not feasible. And after 13 minutes, it's Barcelona 0, Boca Juniors 0, in a game that really, so far, has lacked any momentum. There's been no clear-cut chances. That was the best of them a few moments ago. And to sum it up, Leandro Bray taking the goal kick has stumbled to the ground and given the ball away. Solis tries to come away with it down the left. Boca win it back, this time through Weigand, who tries to clear long and is able to pick out Delgado. Delgado across, this time to Costa. Costa looks forward, but the ball rolls straight out for a goal kick. Well, one side of the pitch is playing really quickly. The other side, the ball can't move at all. It'll be interesting to see how the teams adapt in half an hour's time or so. When half-time comes around, they'll have to play on very, very different pitches when they're attacking in the second half. But Jose Contreras will take the goal kick for Barcelona, who are hanging in this one, looking for their first point of the group stage. He lumps it long towards the halfway line. Boca once again win it back and play it down the left and straight out for a Barcelona throw-in. And it will be taken by Carabali, who throws it into play, and once again it's played straight up and into the air. Bit of head tennis in the middle of the park as it falls to Benedetto. Benedetto looks towards the path of Castillo, who can't get a foot on it, and Leandro Bray comes out and makes the save, but there's contact with his hip. Offside the call by the referee, but Bray, down and seemingly injured, stood right into his hip. In his bright green strip, he lays down on the bright green grass. And well, a crucial intervention by the goalkeeper. Clever from Barcelona. They know the ball doesn't play well, so they elected to go into the air. It was off the chest of the striker Benedetto into the path of Castillo. And as Castillo looked to make the shot, it was Bray from Leandro Bray who slid off his goal line to make that catch. And he took the contact, made the save, and now he's suffering the consequences. Will he be able to continue? The medics are on the field. The players go for a drink. And well, we'll wait and see whether he'll be able to play on. The Boca players now in a huddle. They're getting some words of wisdom, perhaps seeing how they can best navigate these conditions. But Leandro Bray still down. And still holding that right hip, which took contact. Nothing malicious in it at all. Just one of those collisions that happen when a goalkeeper comes out and a striker tries to play the ball. As behind the goal where the goalkeeper's down, the stand, a picture, bright red, it's lit up with flares. It's not full. There's probably about 4,000 fans in that stand, but they're enjoying their day out. They've got the flares out, they're supporting their team, and eventually Leandro Bray is helped back up onto his feet, and I think he will be able to continue, which is good news for Boca fans. And he's going to have this offside call. He's brought the ball 25 yards forward from where the player was offside. He's got it on the edge of the box, even though the offside happened virtually on the goal line. And he'll lump it long and into the Barcelona half. Down the left-hand side it goes, looking for Aranda, who can win a throw-in for his side, but nothing more. And the throw-in will be taken 10 yards from goal, over on the left-hand side. Will it be a long throw-in? Referee tells them to hurry things up. It's Bianco with the ball in his hands. And he throws it down the left-hand side. Flick backwards and into the path of, it was Delgado, but it's cleared away by Barcelona, who are pointless still in this competition. But after 17 minutes so far, are yet to be troubled in the match. Long it goes from the goalkeeper. Headed away once again by Barcelona and headed back into their half by Boca. Flicked up and into the air. The ball basically can only travel in the sky, and that's exactly where it goes, and brought down by Benedetto inside the Barcelona half. Here's Castillo, right hand side. Castillo looks forward this time and shoved away there. Was a Barcelona player, and another little tussle off the ball. Castillo involved in this one. Well, it was Benedetto, was it, who was pushed to ground as he went for the ball. No, it wasn't. It was Celis and Blanco who just pushed him away. He's protesting his innocence, and he really can have no complaints. 2 hands in the back, shoved him off the ball and into the hoardings, and it will be a free kick 5 yards from the edge of the box, 3 yards from the byline for Barcelona, who you'd probably say so far have been the better of the two sides. And this will be a big opportunity to put the ball into a dangerous position. Over it is Castillo. Every single yellow shirt inside the Boca box. What can they do from this? The referee just has a word with the players in the middle as they jostle around to look for positions. Smoke fills the sky of the arena. And this, a big opportunity for the home side. Water dancing around the ankles as he runs forward, plays it in towards the back post, headed away, but headed back inside the box, and eventually Boca able to clear out towards the halfway line, where it's hooked back up and into the sky. Flicked on, big chance for Barcelona here, and once again out comes Leandro Bray, who can't make this one, and Barcelona's shot goes wide. Here's Castillo, who's able to keep it into play and brings the effort goalwards, but he can't find the target, and Barcelona there surely must score. 3 or 4 big chances, none of them taken, and my word, how on earth are they not on the score sheets? Out came Bray, the ball bounced into a wet patch which took it away from his path, and it was cut back and straight to Celis with a goal at his mercy, and all he could do was hook it wide. Castillo did well to keep it in play, but his effort lacked placement, and Leandro Bray is down again holding that hit. Play will pause once again, and this game that's lacked flow, that's lacked urgency and lacked pace, will once again peter out to a halt as the goalkeeper Leandro Bray will receive treatment, and you feel that this is probably it for him. He's down, he's actually crying as the medics return to the field of play to help him out. Benedetto, the Barcelona striker, goes to comfort him. He's in some pain, the goalkeeper. And once again, the Boca players return to their huddle. They will discuss their movements. They'll discuss how to conquer a difficult pitch, and you feel that's been the story of the game so far. There hasn't been any momentum. The pitch has been the real onusing factor, and you wonder if that's had an impact on Barcelona's excellent home form, particularly in the league. They actually haven't lost at home all season. They've won 4 and drawn 3. They've had a tougher time in the CONMEBOL Libertadores, given that they are yet to win a game. But actually, that league form could well carry them through this one, and there will be a change in goalkeeper for Boca Juniors. So that it's the end of the day for Leandro Bray, who goes off injured early on. He's still down on the deck, still in tears. You wonder if he's going to need the stretcher here. The medics can't do any more. It's a shame for the 23-year-old who's got 37 apps for Boca Juniors, and it will be a stretcher needed. Still he's down in discomfort. He hasn't moved at all, and the stretcher comes on for Leandro Bray, the Argentinian. Conceded just twice in this competition. Well, he won't concede today, and it will be Garcia to come on. Javier Garcia, who wears shirt number 13, is readied and will enter the field of play. after just 23 minutes. Leandro Bray up and onto the stretcher. This is not a nice sight. Players surround him to give him a little bit of privacy. And Javier Garcia, who comes on, 39 years of age. Another Argentinian making his first appearance of the season. Formerly, he played for Elche for a season, Racing Club, Deportivo La Guaira and Tigre. 12 seasons he spent with Boca Juniors, and he gets his moments in the CONMEBOL Libertadores. He'll come onto the field of play for Leandro Bray, who is now being carried off. His silver gloves over his eyes as he cries as he's removed from the field of play. Well, he looked in some pain, and off he goes in a lot of discomfort. The stoppage time will be immense at the end of this first half. We've already had probably 12 minutes. And he makes his way off for Javier Garcia as we hit the rehydration break. And Segundo Castillo and his staff talk to the Barcelona players. So Bray now being taken down the touchline. And on comes Garcia. He's being carried by marshals in big yellow helmets with blue trimmings. And on comes Garcia. Big moment for him, you feel. 39 years of age, getting an appearance in a crucial match for Boca Juniors, who know that a win could help their cause in this competition. Reminder, 3 teams level on 6 points at the start of today. Universidad Católica of Chile, Boca of Argentina and Cruzeiro of Brazil, the teams. And now play continues as Barcelona look to come down the right hand side, but a poor tackle comes in by a Barcelona player. Well, I'm pretty sure that was Milton Solis, who came sliding in to try and win the ball. Well, it wasn't. It was Dario Benedetto, who's got him with 2 feet. He could well be off here, the centre forward. An awful, awful tackle. And what will the referee do? Will VAR intervene? Well, the Boca player back up and onto his feet. They didn't need that after injury. And actually, the referee hasn't even booked him. It was an awful tackle from Benedetto. Studs raised, 2 feet into the back of the leg, but nothing coming of it, and it remains just Thomas Aranda in the referee's notebook. How on earth has there not been more? Javier Garcia takes the free kick and pumps it long, but it goes out for a goal kick on the far side, and there's another hole in the hoardings as Thomas Aranda slid through to try and keep the ball in play, but it's so wet that he went straight through it. And well, play now will continue with a goal kick for Jose Contreras, who looks long and is able to hit the Boca half. Forward come Barcelona. Here it falls to Dario Benedetto, who goes to ground and wins a free kick on the edge of the Boca box. Leandro Paredes, the Boca Juniors captain, is furious. Well, he signed in July from Roma, and actually it's a head injury for Benedetto. Well, he's gone down holding his head, there's nothing in it. Lautaro Di Lolo's put his hand on his shoulder. Dario Benedetto's milked it, and that's why Paredes was furious. Carlos Bentancur, the referee, has got that one totally wrong. But it will be a golden opportunity for Barcelona here. After 27 minutes, they will have a free kick 32 yards out. And the referee is going to have to move the Boca players back because they remain around the ball, refusing to let this happen. Well, the referee tries to spray the ground to show them where they must go, but it's so wet down there that the spray doesn't even leave a mark. But Boca eventually do set their wall up, 4 players in it. Javier Garcia may well have to make the game's first save after he came on as a substitute for Leandro Bray. 2 Barcelona players stand over the ball, 32 yards out, in it comes, straight into the wall, and stabbed goalwards by Jefferson Wheeler, but high up and over the top of the crossbar. And well, Wheeler really should have done better. He was in a tricky position, in fairness to him. The ball bounced off the wall and he was leaning towards it, but he could only send it up and over the top of the crossbar. And well, after 28 minutes, it remains 0-0. But this game really hasn't had much quality to it at all. 54% of the ball has been with Barcelona, probably because they're able to play it around the back. Boca Juniors really haven't had that luxury at all. And here come Barcelona again, centre of the park with Solis. He flicks it out to the left and finds Castillo. Castillo switches the play down the right into Cavalli, but he can't keep it in play and out it goes. Well, there's been just 1 shot on target so far, forced a save from Jose Contreras. Boca Juniors had it from inside the 6-yard box after that corner early on. And well, Barcelona have had 3 shots, all of them wide or over the top of the crossbar. We approach the half-hour mark. It remains 0-0. And Barcelona really have had the upper hand of things. Another delay to play. This time because Dario Benedetto's down, holding his quadricep. And there is frustration from Claudio Abeda, the Boca manager, who's managed 28 matches, won 16 of them. Formerly the assistant manager, he took over the club after the untimely passing of Miguel Angeluso in October, who had a battle with testicular cancer, a really sad story. He left the club just before, but he had 2 spells with Boca Juniors. He'd been a very successful manager for them. And well, Claudio Abeda, since he's come in, has done a good job too. So it will be a free kick to Boca, who look to go top of the table. They will do so at the moment, with Universidad Católica playing Cruzeiro tomorrow. And that free kick taken in towards the edge of the box and straight into the arms of Jose Contreras, the Barcelona goalkeeper. Well, Cruzeiro, also in this group, got a decisive May. They're 15th in the Brazilian Serie A. Well, they know that they need a run in this competition too, as Barcelona come forward down the left. Jefferson Wheeler, back to Velasila, who goes to ground. No foul, says the referee, and the ball just bobbles around. And now the free kick's given. And once again, it's a head injury. Gustavo Velasila rolls around holding his head. Milton Solis involved too. Well, the sliding tackle came in. Oh, and he was kicked in the head. Milton Solis was booted in the back of the head by Santiago Ascasiba. And again, around the world, that would probably be a red card. A straight kick in the head. He was already on the ground after the sliding tackle, which was certainly a foul by Ayrton Costa. And in came Santiago Ascasiba, who just kicked the back of the head of Milton Solis. And the water flicks up all over the pitch here in Guayaquil, the largest city in Ecuador. And well, the referee's coming over to the monitor. VAR will check this one. And as I say, around the world this would be a red card. And I think that Santiago Ascasiba could well be off here. We watch it again. He absolutely smashes his laces into the back of the head of Santiago Ascasiba. And this surely will be a red card. We await the referee's decision. He stands, he stares at the monitor, he blows his whistle, he indicates a signal, and now he steps onto the field of play to make his decision. He takes his headset out of his ear, he readjusts it again, he reaches to his pocket, and there it is. It is a red card. Santiago Ascasiba sent off in the 32nd minute. A yellow card shown too, that time to Miguel Merentiel. But off goes Santiago Ascasiba, sent off in the 32nd minute for kicking the back of the head of Milton Solis, who was down on the deck already. It was silly, it was foolish, it was brash. He knew what he was doing. It was dangerous too. And Santiago Ascasiba leaves Boca Juniors short a player for the remaining hour of this match. Well, that was nothing short of foolish. And well, it's Merentiel who's going off. It's a double red card. My word, Merentiel, we saw him booked for arguing with the referee, and as the cameras passed away, he must have continued, and off he goes too. So Boca Juniors, they find themselves down to 9. Well, what an uphill battle this is. They found themselves in their last match in this competition against Cruzeiro down to 10 in the first half when Adam Barreiro was sent off. And in fact, I think that is a correction. It is a correction. It's just a yellow card for Miguel Merentiel, who returns to the field of play. He did sprint off, but he has been allowed back on. The referee has changed his mind, and Merentiel is allowed to continue. He is just been booked. So they are down to 10. Santiago Ascasiba has been sent off, and for the second time in 2 matches in this competition, they will have to play a man down. And it was foolish from Ascasiba. It was foolish from Miguel Merentiel to argue with the referee too, and to continue doing so. You feel he's been quite fortunate there, as play now can eventually continue, and Paredes immediately goes to ground. Now he's down holding his head. Well, I don't think we've had 2 minutes of continuous football here. Be it because of the pitch, be it because of injuries, Leandro Bray went off, be it because of fouls, be it because of players going through the billboards. We've seen everything here except a continuous spell of football. And well, it will be a free kick to Boca Juniors. 35 minutes gone of this first half. A first half which really hasn't begun. We haven't learnt anything. And they'll chip this ball up towards their centre forward. Here it falls down the right hand side to Paredes, who pulls it across, but no one can reach it. And out it goes for a throw in for Barcelona on the right hand side, 6 yards from the byline. And it remains Barcelona 0, Boca Juniors 0. And it will be taken by Carabali on this right hand side. He throws it in and long, and it hits the head of a Boca player who can't keep it in play, and out it goes for a throw in to them. 38 yards from goal. And well, this throw-in on the left-hand side has simply got to go in towards the edge of the box, you feel. Blanco has it. Over on this left-hand side. You're listening to Barcelona SC versus Boca Juniors here in Guayaquil. In it goes towards the edge of the box and headed away by Barcelona, who headed away again and again. 4 consecutive headers before Barcelona win a free kick halfway inside their own half. And a reminder that Boca are down to 10 men. Elsewhere, 2 games going on at the moment. Universidad Central versus Independiente is one of them, as Barcelona look to come down the right-hand side. The other game, always ready against Lanús. No goals in either of those matches. As another yellow card is shown here. This time it's to Brian Castillo for an off-the-ball incident. Castillo squaring up. Oh, and he pushes this could be another red card, you know. Castillo could well be sent off here. Well, Boca Juniors are down to 10, and I think that Barcelona could also be here if VAR want to intervene. And the referee surrounded again. Brian Castillo squaring up with a Boca player, pushing them and catching their face. You can't do that. It was Ayrton Costa who was involved in it, but there will be no red card. The referee is happy, and it looks like play will continue with just a yellow for Brian Castillo. But my word, that could well have been a red. Well, this game has had it all in terms of off-the-ball incidents, but eventually we will have some football. Forward it goes for Boca to Arnaldo, who's the first player booked in the match. Both teams now have recorded a shot on target, and as we approach the 40-minute mark. Well, will we have late first half drama? They rested players, Boca versus Central Córdoba on Saturday in their 2-1 win. They've won their last 4 away league matches. They haven't lost in 6 away from home in the league, a run which takes them back to February. But of course they did lose to Cruzeiro last time out in Group D of the Copa Libertadores, a competition they've won on 6 occasions. First in 1977, then 1978, before 2000, 2001, 2003 and 2007. Their home, La Bombonera, one of the most iconic grounds in the world. They were named a team of the century back in 2000, 12th on that list, along with Liverpool of England. They are one of the historic clubs, and well, unless they can find something here, down to 10 men, they may struggle to get through this group in the Copa Libertadores. They're almost assured at least 3rd place now, given Barcelona are pointless. 3rd place would give them a place in the Copa Sudamericana. Well, Barcelona, if they fail to record a win today, they would be out of both competitions, provided the results elsewhere see every team pick up at least a point. They would be assured of 4th place and would be assured of having to go back into this competition next season through the league. But at the moment they sit in 3rd position, 8 points adrift of leaders Independiente after 12 matches, and it's just because they've struggled to win. They've drawn 5 in the league already after those 12 matches played. As the ball rolls back through to Jose Contreras, who will play it out to Alex Rangel. This city, Konya Gil, home to 2.7 million people, and they might all be about to rise to their feet, or at least those with a persuasion of Barcelona, but they won't be as the attack peters out as Kabali looks to put the cross in, gets it all wrong, and hacks it out for a goal kick. But it is a tourist hub, this city too, and a good run in this competition would be good for tourism, as we see why that ball was hacked out of play. The camera is showing us a close-up of the silver boots of the goalkeeper as he played that ball forward, slicing water left, right and centre. Not great conditions by any stretch of the imagination, but after 42 minutes it remains 0-0, but you can expect probably 12 minutes of first half stoppage time, if not more. Forward it goes, headed back into the Boca half as Barcelona look to come forward. Lautaro De Lolo has to defend, and he's able to clear long and into the Barcelona half, and Boca can't control that ball, and Barcelona will come forward again. They've dominated the ball, but they've given it away here. Here comes Delgado, forward to Jimenez. Jimenez back to Paredes. Edge of the box, chips it forward, headed away. And out by Barcelona, who can look to forge an attack of their own through Celez. Celez loses it to Weigand, who tries to step forward but can't control that ball. And Barcelona can come away with it and try and play out from the back, but they will win a free kick. Deep inside their own half. 42 minutes gone. Barcelona 0, Boca Juniors 0. And that already must be the 13th foul of the game. Remarkable. And we have another head injury, which is why we have a short stoppage, which is now over. And that ball's played long and forward. Barcelona win the header battle again, and here's an opportunity for Boca, who come forward with numbers. It's Jimenez who loses it again. Rangel stepped in to win that one, and Belasila can bring it forward for Barcelona. His orange boots strike the ball towards Skull, and Javier Garcia scrambles on his goal line to make his first save. He came on as a substitute for Leandro Bray, who made only one himself, and it is Barcelona's second shot on target, but it was poor. And this one played forward from the goalkeeper, but offside is the call. And it will be a free kick to Barcelona, who take it quickly out to Cabali on this right hand side. He looks forward, and Boca win a free kick, as striding across was Lautaro Blanca. He was brought down by Brian Castillo, and he just managed to get in front of his marker Blanco, which is why Castillo made the foul. And Castillo is on a yellow card. Don't think you'd ever receive a yellow for that, but he's got to be careful, as so many of these players have. 3 yellow cards and a red already, as we tick over and into the 45th minute of the match. Javier Garcia with a free kick, which he'll send up and into the sky. Forward it goes, and goalwards it goes, and into the arms of Jose Contreras, who lumps it long as Barcelona look to attack, but Boca win the header. Flicked on and into the centre circle, but immediately lost and won back again. The ball not helping them. It's really struggling to be played forward, but played forward it is, and here's a chance for Boca. Milton Delgado with the shot, saved by Jose Contreras, as the assistant referee raises the board. I think he's been conservative with his measurements, just 7 minutes. Gustavo Valencia picks the ball up for Barcelona. Lovely ball down the right hand side to Cabali. Cabali across, big opportunity at the back post for Jefferson Wheeler, who couldn't make contact. But the referee here has got some work to do. It's going to be another yellow, another off the ball incident. Dario Benedetto in the book. Milton Delgado had it, and it was a sliding challenge from Dario Benedetto after the ball had been played. He took him out, and it is another yellow card, and Benedetto is furious. You feel that the conditions aren't helping. He probably couldn't control his slide given how damp it is, but my word, what an opportunity that would have been for Boca at the other end. Forcing the save from Jose Contreras, but a really poor effort in the end from Milton Delgado, who hit it straight at the goalkeeper. And Javier Garcia for Boca will get play continuing. 2 minutes of the 7 added on to this first half already are up. And Javier Garcia has been told to take that ball back. He's going to have to take it back quite a long way because he's edged forward by 30 yards. So Garcia, all in green, steps up for the free kick. and his silver boots send it down the left. Flicked on, down the left-hand side. Big opportunity this for Arando, who cuts it back, but there's no one there, and Barcelona able to clear. Really, Arando there should have had a shot. And here come Barcelona striding away down the right. Lautaro Blanco just shoved Castillo off the ball, and it should well be another free kick here, and it is a free kick for Barcelona. Is it a free kick or is it a throw-in? There's frustration. Johnny Quinones, the captain, is showing his frustration, as now the Boca boss, Claudio Abeda, gets involved too. Really should be a free kick, this. We'll wait and see, as the referee has to control the players. This game, truly remarkable. Well, a player down on the deck for Boca. There's 3 minutes of the 7 now are up. We'll wait and see what is happening here. It was certainly a foul, as they danced around in the puddles. It's a foul actually on the Boca player. Earlier on in the move, Leandro Paredes down holding his head. That was the foul really, not the one on Brian Castillo later on. Should have been a Boca free kick, but it has gone the way of Barcelona, and you feel that actually the referee here is struggling, Carlos Bentoncourt. It's been a challenging match for him, to say the least. It will be a free kick from Barcelona, just inside their own half, 4 yards from the halfway line. And it looks like they're going to take it long and try and put it in towards a dangerous position on the edge of the box. Brian Cavalli stands over it, as the referee is going back to the monitor. Another VAR check. Another potential red card. My word, more drama in this one. And he set out with his white marker, he used this for free kicks, a line that the players aren't allowed to cross. We'll see what this is for. It's for the foul on the Boca player. As I mentioned, it should have been a free kick on Leandro Paredes, who took an elbow to the face, and the referee is checking to see if this is a red card. Well, I think it could well be. It's Milton Solis, who came through with his elbow to strike the face of Paredes. He leaned across him to try and win the ball. There's 2 yellow shirts on 1 white shirt, and it was an elbow to the side of the face, and to me that's a textbook red card. Will the referee agree? The puddles splashing around the ankles of the players as that challenge was made, and out steps the referee from his monitor, who makes the signal. He reaches to his pocket, and it's a second red card in this match. Solis is off. More drama. Santiago Ascasiba sent off in the 33rd minute for Boca. Milton Solis sent off 5 minutes into stoppage time for Barcelona. Both of them rash, both of them silly, both of them warranting the red card. And well, they both have even numbers again. Solis walks off the field as 6 of the 7 minutes are up, and he's arguing his case still, but he won't change things. He is off. He has been sent off, and well, that's a blow to Barcelona, who've been the better team in this one, but lose their central attacking midfielder, Milton Solis, who quite rightly is being made to walk off the field, but he's still arguing with the referee. And really now, enough is enough. He must walk off, and he realises that as he does take the walk. And well, Leandro Paredes has been awarded his free kick, which he should have had all along, as the 7-minute stoppage time are up. Boca will put the ball into the box here. Paredes, the former Roma man, PSG and Juventus too, plays it in, and it's cleared away and out for a corner. So last chance of the first half for the Argentinian side, Boca Juniors, one of the world's biggest football clubs, one of the world's most notorious football clubs, playing against the biggest from Ecuador. In it comes from Paredes towards the front post, headed away, and here come Barcelona down the right hand side. Striding away is Castillo, who holds the ball up well and tries to turn inside towards Wheeler, but can't do so, and Boca able to clear out towards the halfway line. Stabbed away down the left, kept in play well by Paredes, left hand side, plays it across with the outside of his boots and into the feet of Castillo. Castillo can't keep it in play, instead he goes out to Arando, and Arando will look to play it down the left hand side and finds Blanco. But that's it for the first half, a dramatic first half. The referees halted the action. Well, the pitch is subpar, it's wet, it's damp, and that's contributed to the mood. It's been a half of off-ball incidents, of pushing, of shoving, and of silly rash challenges. First from Santiago Ascasiba, who kicked the back of the head of Milton Solis. The referee went to the monitor in the 33rd minute and sent him off. And Milton Solis himself went off moments later. 45 plus 5 minutes he went off for elbowing Leandro Paredes, who tried to stride forward. It's both silly, both rash, both warranting of a red card, and really no football's been played. It's half time, it's Barcelona 0, Boca Juniors 0 in this Group D match in the CONMEBOL Libertadores, and I'll be back in 15 minutes. Well, welcome back to Barcelona versus Boca Juniors in Group D of the CONMEBOL Libertadores. Well, the first half was anything but a classic. Very few chances, very few moments of the ball even in play. But two big red cards. Santiago Ascasiba sent off after 33 minutes for kicking the back of the head of Milton Solis, who himself was sent off in the 45th plus 5th minute for elbowing Leandro Paredes in the face in an off-the-ball incident. So two red cards, very, very few chances. That's been the story of the first half in what is possibly the wettest football stadium I have ever seen in my life. It's damp, it's wet, the ball isn't really rolling, and there will be a change for the hosts, Barcelona, at half-time. They take off their centre-forward, Dario Benedetto, who was on a yellow card, so quite a sensible decision, and Jefferson Intriago will come on and lead the line. So they are your changes. And the referee gets us back underway for another 45 minutes of action. Actually, the ball seems to be playing a lot better in this second half as Barcelona shoot from right to left. They're in all yellow tops with black shorts and black socks, but Boca Juniors able to win it straight back. That's Lautaro Blanco gives the ball away down the right hand side. Big opportunity this for Castillo, who slips over, and Blanco able to win it back. Here come Boca, who give it away again. Castillo on the right looks to put the cross in, looking for the head of the substitute Intriago, but he can't get there, and Boca eventually able to play it out down the left-hand side as they look to play out through the back through Blanco, who clears long and only off the head of a Barcelona shirt. Here come the Argentinians though, who can only put the ball out for a throw-in. Some confusion amongst the players there. The ball bounced and stopped dead on the line, given the wet conditions, but it has been given as a free kick for a handball. So the host Barcelona in their 80% empty stadium, 59,283 its capacity. Certainly not all being used here. And they will play a ball in, looking towards the back post. No one there though. It can be headed away by Boca Juniors, the third most successful club in the world, who look to come forward with it. And well, the permutations of this match are that if Barcelona fail to win, and all of the other teams, that is Universidad Católica, Boca of course, and Cruzeiro, if they all manage to get a point, Barcelona would not be playing in any South American competition. They would be eliminated. They wouldn't even finish in third. They'd have no possibility of doing so, given that all the other teams sit on 6 points. Here come Boca, right hand side. Mitchell Jimenez plays it inside, poor cross in, cleared away. Only as far as Paredes, who shoots from range and forces the save from Jose Contreras. Well, Paredes was 38 yards from goal on an angle too, and he hit it with the outside of his boot and curled it towards the corner. And Contreras was scrambling to make the save. And on the follow-up, Milton Delgado was offside. But he had no right to shoot from there, Paredes. Jose Contreras actually did quite well to save it. And well, already, just 3 minutes into this second half, we've already seen more than we did in the first. Contreras clears long. Header flicked on by Barcelona, not once but twice, and it falls to Costa, who smashes it away on the turn and looks forward towards Jimenez. Jimenez loses out this time, and Christian Baez wins it back. He looks long, and it's flicked on by Boca onto the chest of Quinones, who picks it up again. Quinones, Ecuadorian international with 3 appearances and a goal for his country. Scored in the league, but not in this competition. In fact, he scored in both. Scored 2 goals in the league, once in this competition. He's got an assist in the league too, as the referee gives a free kick to Barcelona right on the touchline. And yeah, that's always going to get given. Marcelo Weigand with his arm on the shoulder, just tugging Castillo back. Free kick, but Barcelona with an opportunity to put the ball in. They made one change at half-time. It's still Contreras in goal, back forward. Velasila, Rangel, Baiz and Cannavale, with Quinones and Lugo in central midfield. Villa on the right. Solis was sent off in the first half, so he's not playing down the middle. Castillo does start on the right, and Intiago down the middle. In comes a free kick, flicks goalwards, bobbles around on the edge of the box and falls to the right-hand side. Shot comes in, but wide. Brian Cannavale from the right-hand side, looking to test Javier Garcia, who couldn't quite get there. But the shot was wide anyway. And well, Boca, they have a goal kick with Javier Garcia, the 39-year-old who came on in the first half for the injured Leonardo Bray. They start this second half with a back four of Lautaro Blanco, Ailton Costa, Lautaro De Lolo and Marcelo Weigand. It's three in midfield now, given the red card to Ascasiba of Thomas Aranda on the left, Milton Delgado and Leandro Paredes down the middle. No right midfielder. And Miguel Merentiel, who is on a yellow card, starts up top again with Milton Jimenez. Boca heading the ball forward, looking to drive towards goal now with Jimenez, who loses out, and Barcelona bring it back under control. They flick it out to the left back, Velasila, who plays a lovely 1-2 forward, and here's Quinones. Quinones with a lovely ball into the channel, looking for Gonzalo Lugo, and driving forward here is Cannavale, who's gone to ground in the box. It was shoulder to shoulder with Ailton Costa, and well, Brian Cannavale can't believe he's not been awarded a penalty. It looked to me like an innocent shoulder barge, and play continues as Barcelona come away with it down the left. Here's Alex Rangel. Back this time to Velasila. Forward it goes, down the right, headed away by Boca, who pick it up with Paredes and could try and forge an attack of their own, but it's sloppy play and Castillo wins it back for Barcelona and wins a throw-in over on the far side, the right, but the referee's giving it the other way. Frustration from Barcelona, who thought they should have had a penalty. It was shoulder to shoulder, but the crucial factor is that Castillo was never going to win that ball regardless. So I think the referee came to the right decision with that one. So 0-0 the scoreline. Barcelona trying to hold on for their first point in the group stage of this competition this year. Boca Juniors looking to go top of Group D with Universidad Católica versus Cruzeiro to come tomorrow. Well, asking for VAR was Brian Cannavale, who is booked for that. So another player into our referee, who's had a difficult game so far, Carlos Bentoncourt's notebook. Both players down to, both teams I should say, down to 10. Dario Benedetto was sent off, booked in the first half for Barcelona. Brian Cannavale joins him and Castillo in the notebook, and it is the team in yellow who look to come forward again with Velasila. Cross to Rancel. Here's Baiz, who is formerly of Rosario Central and Independiente. And he has to look backwards to Rancel again. And he just gives the ball away, but is able to win a throw-in for the Ecuadorian under-20, who's made one appearance at that age group. He is from Guayaquil, formerly of Gloria Santos and Tequino Universitario. The ball over on the right with Castillo. Castillo to Lugo. Lugo here finds Quinones, who looks across to Gustavo Velasila. His orange boots gracing the green turf as he plays the ball back into Lugo. Switching it down the right to Castillo. Castillo turns and plays the ball back across. Back to Castillo, who's got a chance to put a cross in, but all he can do is bundle Lautaro Blanco to the ground. and it's a Boca Juniors free kick with 54 minutes gone. Well, Chenese has their own. Haven't created anything at all in this one. The team in white today, Boca Juniors. I do love how they incorporate their traditional blue and yellow colours into their away strip. But they need to play in their traditional way. They're a team that prides itself on its success domestically and continentally. Third most successful team in the world in regards to international competitions. And well, they've got an opportunity here to get a goal in this international match. Ball down the right hand side. Ecuador versus Argentina. Barcelona versus Boca Juniors. Here's Delgado. Back to Costa. Costa inside to Delgado, who can't get a touch on it. And through it rolls to the goalkeeper, Jose Contreras, who plays it long and continues the football, which has been much better already in this second half. And Boca win it back and play it down the left to Lautaro Blanco, who brings it into the Barcelona half. Here is Delgado. He looks across to Paredes. Paredes looks for the long ball forward, but it rolls straight through and into the arms of Jose Contreras. 55 minutes gone, 10 minutes into this second half. And Contreras has it again. And this time he pumps it long. Header one and flicked on towards Intiago, the substitute who came on at half time. Playing at centre forward. Back to Lugo, who finds Intiago again on the halfway line. He leaves it this time for Castillo, who swapped wings. Back to Jefferson Villa this time, who cuts it onto his right boot and plays it across to Quinones. Now Baez switches it down the right to Carabali, who looks to edge forward with it and plays a pass into Castillo. Back it goes this time to Lugo. Lugo out to Carabali again, but it will go out for a throw into Barcelona. On the far side, the right. Goals flying in elsewhere in this competition as Barcelona throw the ball back into their own half. Universidad Central 1-0 up against Independiente. Juan Zapata with a goal in the 54th minute. Forward goes Quinones for Barcelona. In towards Castillo. Back to Quinones, who looks to play it across, but he can only muster a goal kick for Boca Juniors. And in the other match in this competition, always ready, 2 goals ahead against Lanús, Riche Gomez and Enrique Treverio, the goal scorers in the 26th and 45th minutes for Always Ready, who are another pointless team in this competition. Barcelona, Always Ready, yet to record a win from their opening 3 matches, but actually Boca lost to Barcelona in Ecuador last time these sides met in 2021. It was 1-0. Back in Argentina, the scores ended 0-0. So you never quite know with this Barcelona team. And the 57th minute, the scores are level, which gives every opportunity for either team to try and create that one chance that's needed. The ball goes out for a throw-in on the far side. It's just being played around the back for so much of this match now. The conditions are certainly improving. It's less wet, it's firmer ground, and we are able to play the football we love in South America. The passing style, the individual flair. Here it is down the left. Castillo inside to Lugo. Here's Varasila, who looks to cross it in off his left boot. Cuts it back onto his right. This time he will drive it across to Lugo. Forward it goes and into Wheeler, who goes to ground inside the box. Castillo down 2. Nothing comes of it, and Boca can look to clear, which they do down the middle. Flicked on and lost as Barcelona come forward with it, this time down the left with Lugo. Lugo inside, able to find Castillo. Back to Lugo, who can keep it in play but can only give it back to Baez for Boca Juniors, who will play long. And Boca are looking to come away with it here. Lovely ball forward, finding the path to think of Milton Jimenez. Out comes the goalkeeper, Jose Contreras. Gets a crucial touch on it and is he able to clear it? Yes, he is, out for a throw-in. Good pressure though from Milton Delgado to keep that pressure on. Merentiel involved in that press too, but Jose Contreras, well, I don't know what he was doing there. He ran way off his line, and there will be a multitude of changes here. Villalba comes on for Castillo for Barcelona. That's the first of them. Ceballos is coming on for Boca, as is Velasco. So 3 changes, 2 for Boca, and just the 1 for Barcelona. And those changes now being made. So Ezequiel Ceballos onto the field of play. Velasco waits patiently for his opportunity to rise onto the field of play, and there you go. Merentiel off the centre forward, and Tomas Arando off, both of them on a yellow card. And given that both teams are down to 10, you feel that's probably quite sensible. And Ceballos wearing the number 7. Oh, there's an incident off the ball again. My word, what's happening here? This time it's Jefferson Wheeler who seems to have caught the face of Ayrton Costa. Well, it's been one of those games, so many of these incidents off the ball. And finally, we can get back into play. Here come Boca, squaring the play out to the right. This time to Weigand. Weigand out to Velasco, the substitute, whose first involvement is a ball back and into the feet of Delgado. Delgado looks back to Di Lolo. Forward he goes again to Velasco, who seems to have dropped into the right-hand side. They've gone with 1 up top, filling the void for the sent-off Santiago Ascasiba. And it will be a free kick to Barcelona for offside. Deep inside their own half. We're on to 19 fouls committed now. 5 of them have warranted a yellow card or higher. May I remind you, 2 reds. And this one will be taken by Jose Contreras as the hour mark ticks over, 0-0 the scoreline. You're listening to Barcelona v Boca Juniors as Contreras looks long, header one this time by Costa. The Boca Juniors struggling to keep the ball in play. Well, really, they've been disappointing today. Given that they are one of the biggest teams on the continent, you'd really hope from a better performance. But actually, the ball's probably not been in play for enough of a window for them to really have an opening. Boca coming forward. Lovely ball through the line, squared across, and Milton Jimenez had an absolute sitter to try and score the opener. Ceballos there too, and neither of them quite able to slide hard enough to get onto that loose ball. My word, what an opportunity. A lovely ball through the lines and into Ceballos, who squared it with his first touch off his right boot. A lovely ball forward, but Milton Jimenez just couldn't quite extend his boot far enough to tap into what was an empty net. Jose Contreras beaten by the pass. Jimenez not quite tall enough. So 0-0 the scoreline after 64 minutes. And Jose Contreras will get us back underway. He plays it forward. High up and into the sky. Boca win it back though. And they look to drive forward as they're trying to edge into this game. Velasco, who's looked good since he came on 4 minutes ago. Plays it up to Zeballos on the left. Now Blako, the left back, into Zeballos again. Zeballos to Delgado. Back to Blako, left hand side. 42 yards from goal, right on the touchline, as it falls to Paredes, who can't make anything happen. And he goes back to Contreras, the goalkeeper, who puts it out down the right and out for a throw-in. I don't quite know why he's done that, because he had 4 or 5 players open. He really should have found one of them. He just decided that safety first was the answer, even though there was very, very little danger. Ball on the left to Zeballos. Cuts back and plays it to Delgado. Zeballos again, driving onto his right boot, cuts it inside to Costa. Costa under pressure, but the offside flag is up. And play will continue from a free kick. 65 minutes are up now, 0-0. This game's still yet to really burst into life, as that ball's played forward by Barcelona, looking for Villalba. Nothing comes of it again, apart from a throw-in over on the far side, which is taken short and into the feet of Lugo. 1-2 exchange with Carabali, sees him have it back again, and forward here comes Villalba onto the edge of the box, pushing and shoving, but no foul given, and Boca able to clear and find their centre forward, Jimenez. He looks back to Velasco, right hand side, who looks to edge forward with it, Velasco, and ends up losing the ball to Vallecilla. Vallezilla's clearance, a good one. He's able to find out Quinones, who looks across to Lugo. Lugo, 45 yards from goal, looks to play it back inside, can't find anyone. And Boca win it back again. And this time they chip a ball down the right. And it's a lovely ball into the feet of Velasco, who's bundled to the ground, and that surely is a free kick. He's holding his calf, he's holding his nose. And that simply must be a free kick. Had it right on the touchline, took it around his marker, and was hacked to ground. And Hector Villalba, since he's come onto the field, has looked simply remarkable. And he plays the ball down the left to Lautaro Blako, every white shirt inside the yellow half, with 67 minutes gone. Boca need, well, the point will be enough to see them hit the top of the Group D standings. But how they would love 3 as the ball's played down the right and that patch of mud and water now has gone. Here come Barcelona. Wheeler looks to play it inside. Picked up by Quinones on the halfway line, who looks back to Baez, chipping it into the channel towards Carabali, who's got some space on the right here, but it likes to come inside and can only lose the ball to Ezequiel Zeballos, who's driving away down the left. Inside it goes to Milton Delgado, and Zeballos again. Yellow card given, foul off the ball. Another one. This time it's Gonzalo Lugo, who becomes the 4th player for Barcelona to be yellow carded, the 5th in the book, if you include that red card. And it's Paredes again who's gone down. This, well, as all of them have been foul, 4 of them on him so far. And Lugo, the latest to enter the notebook. 69 minutes gone. Barcelona 0, Boca Juniors 0. And well, are we going to get a goal in this one? They hit their rehydration break. And I'll remind you of that first half, which saw Santiago Ascasiba sent off in the 33rd minute for kicking the head on Milton Solis, who himself was sent off in the 45th plus 5 minute when he elbowed Paredes in the middle of the park. And as the players head over for water, they will have some words spoken to them by their respective head coaches. And you feel that both sides need it. Barcelona looking for their first points in this competition. Boca Juniors looking to go top of the group. A goal for either side would be much appreciated by their managers. Well, back underway from that hydration break. We're into the 70th minute now. 20 minutes plus stoppage time to play. The score 0-0. Barcelona versus Boca Juniors here at the Estadio Monumental in Guayaquil. The port city, the gateway to Patagonia. Big city, the biggest in Ecuador. It's paired with Houston and Shanghai. They're the twin cities. As one of the Palazza brothers enters the field of play. Jefferson Wheeler is off. And on comes Miguel Paredes, who originally sprinted on. He realised the player had come off and had to sprint off again before he could come back on. But it is Paredes who is onto the field of play. And he'll drop in at left wing, wearing shirt number 11. So a fully changed front line for Barcelona. Thiago on the right, Paredes on the left, and Villalba involved too. Throw in on the right hand side for Boca Juniors in the attacking third. They've really struggled to get forward all game long. They've been dominated for possession. They haven't really created many chances either. They've had 6 shots, 4 on target. Barcelona have had more shots in 8, less on target in 2. And well, over on this right hand side will be a throw in to the visitors. In fact, it's gone as a corner. Leandro Paredes stands over it. The Boca Juniors captain, wearing the number 5, is back to me, that white shirt, as he plays the ball in off his right boot towards the centre of the box, headed away. And it's won here by Hector Villalba, who looks to drive forward, but scrappily loses the ball, but it's flicked on and into the channel for Lugo. Striding away, cut back, here's the opportunity and here's the goal. Finally it's come. Hector Villalba's right-footed finish down to the keeper's right. He finds the bottom left-hand corner, and Villalba puts Barcelona ahead against Boca Juniors, the team that have never won this competition. They were runners-up twice, lead the team that have won it 6 times. 72 minutes gone, and the substitute Hector Villalba has put the home side in front. It was Johnny Quinones with the assist. Thiago looked to drive away. He played it back to Lugo. Lugo found Quinones, who put it on an absolute plate for Hector Villalba to strike it hard, low and true into the bottom corner. And those fans that have come to the stadium today, it is far from its capacity. Well, they will be delighted by the calm, collected finish by Hector Villalba, and it's Barcelona de Guayaquil who lead Boca Juniors by 1-0, just as they did it back in 2021, the last time Boca played here. It was the full-time score that day, and with just 14 minutes plus stoppage time to play, Could it be the full-time score here? Here come Boca with Marcelo Weigand inside to Paredes. A bit more urgency being shown by these visiting sides and their players, and then manager too is up on his feet and shouting at them. Ayrton Costa looks across to Delgado. He edges forward with it underneath his white boots as he finds Costa and De Lolo. And De Lolo will try and bring it forward even further as they edge towards the back line of Barcelona in their low block. Inside it goes to Costa again. And De Lolo, the centre-back, who switches it to his partner Costa once more. Here is Weigand to De Lolo. And this is better from Boca, who look patiently but lose the ball, and it's cleared long by Barcelona back to Javier Garcia, the substitute goalkeeper for Boca Juniors, who is able to continue to move. He plays it back to De Lolo, who plays a lovely ball forward into Jimenez, right hand side, but Jimenez offside, and it will be a free kick to the side that lead, the side that hosts, the side from Ecuador, Barcelona. But it is 1-0. More goals elsewhere to tell you about. Universidad Central now 2 goals to the good. One with the second in the 67th minute. 13 minutes after the opener from Juan Zapata. And always ready, find themselves 3 goals ahead against Lanús. Joel Amoroso scoring within 30 seconds of the start of the second half. Boca with the ball on the halfway line with their centre forward Milton Jimenez to Velasco on the right. Back it goes to Weigand, who looks to play it forward but has to go back to the cross to Costa, who brings it under control and knocks it into the path of Paredes. Paredes switches it down the left, but it's won back by Barcelona with a strong defensive header. They look to come away with it down the right. Striding away is Lugo, and Lugo pumps the ball down the channel into the path of Villalba, who can't quite get there. He loses the foot race to Ayrton Costa. And well, Boca will play on through the advantage, and that should have been called back for the free kick because the advantage only lasted about half a second, but play continues. And it will indeed be a throw-in to Barcelona over on the right hand side after they were able to force a deflection off a Boca Juniors player. 12 minutes plus stoppage time to play of this one. It's Group D of the CONMEBOL Libertadores. And the ball's over at right back with Weigand, who loses out, and Barcelona go back to Jose Contreras, whose maroon shirt, socks and shorts provide contrast to the green grass as he pumps it long and finds his opposite number, Javier Garcia. And Garcia rolls it out to Quinones. Forward it goes. Here's Lugo. Lugo to the left. To Valasila. Valasila looking for the ball in towards Quinones, but it's picked off by Ceballos and cleared long in the end by Barcelona, who won it back again. But this game is improving by the moment. As the football improves, the atmosphere improves, and it becomes that bit more exciting as Boca switch the play down the right. This time it's into Weigand. Weigand with the ball in, bobbles around and cleared off the boot of Jimenez. Out this time to Delgado, to Paredes, who carves a pass out to Ceballos. Ceballos with a shot off his right boot, blocked away, but still there with Paredes. Paredes with the ball back down the left, looking for Ceballos, who's flat-footed, and out it goes for a goal kick. 79 minutes gone. 1-0 the scoreline. Barcelona leading and on track for their first points in Group D of the CONMEBOL Libertadores this season. And their fans are loving it. They're dancing, they're singing, they're smiling, they're chanting. And it looks like the Barcelona coaches are just talking to one another, perhaps preparing a tactical change or two. As the ball is played up and long and brought down by a Barcelona chest. The team in yellow are happy to pass it around the back as they chip it forward and into the feet of Lugo. Lugo with a ball out to Villalba on the right. Villalba's cross in is good, but he couldn't find the head of Perales. It's good defending in the end by Lautaro Di Lolo, who rose highest and actually had to carve it away with his boot to put it out for a corner. And Barcelona will once again have the chance to put the ball into the box. They've headed well in this game, but they've headed well defensively, and now they'll have a chance to try and attack in kind. In it goes, towards the penalty spot, headed away by Boca. Out only as far as Lugo, whose shot from range is bundled by Garcia. Chipped back across and headed away off the goal line. Boca Juniors scrambling to stay in the match. Lugo can't bring it down. It's flicked back into the air, still bobbling around, and here come Boca the other way. That will be a foul, and that will be another yellow card. Well, Jimenez would have been home and dry. He would have been sprinting towards the goalkeeper, but Alex Rangel just pulled him back. He grabbed him by the waist and he said, "Not today," and he receives a yellow card. So I make it now, of the players on the pitch for Barcelona, there's only 5 who aren't on a yellow card. They have had 5 yellow cards and a red card. Boca Juniors have had 2 yellows and also a red card. And Boca have the ball with their back line. Here's Di Lolo to Marcelo Weigand. Weigand twisting and turning once more as he looks to play the ball forward and into the feet of Delgado. Here is Di Lolo once more. Forward this time to Ceballos, who cards out a pass down the left. Cross comes in and blocked away, and headed clear by Barcelona to Villalba. And Hector Villalba found a puddle there, and the ball runs away from him in these wet and horrible conditions. It stopped raining, but the pitch is carrying that moisture still in certain areas. Here is Costa to Di Lolo. Di Lolo to Costa again. Every white shirt inside the yellow half, as they have been for most of the match. Here is Delgado. Ball out to the right to Velasco. Velasco to Weigand. Weigand to Di Lolo. Di Lolo to Costa. And it's the same slow passage of plays, which is why Barcelona lead, because Boca Juniors have created nothing. Di Lolo to Costa, and Costa looks long. He looks to chip a ball in towards the edge of the box. He gets it wrong. It takes a big bounce up and into the air, and out it goes for a goal kick. And it will be another change for Barcelona, and that is because Brian Stibali, who is also on a yellow card, will make way. I think Quinones will come off too. And well, Montano and Villegas will be the 2 to come on. So Juan Montano first on. Quinones and Kabari are the 2 to leave. Vargas will drop in, you feel, to midfield. Willian Vargas. And on for Kabari will be Juan Montano. Goal kick taken by Jose Contreras. Forward it goes and bobbles around. No one quite able to get it under control, and Boca eventually can with a backwards header into their own half. They look to come forward down the right, but they just don't have any creativity. The passes are so slow. They're so lethargic, and this feels like a Boca Juniors side who are in need of a rest. But they were given a rest just a few days ago on Saturday. Most of these players were rested against Central Kubota. And well, the opposition, Universidad Católica and Cruzeiro, they must be thinking that they have an opportunity to get through this group. Right now, Boca would drop down into third position as the ball's played in by Barcelona towards the edge of the box. But out it comes to Lugo. Lugo to Villalba. Villalba again looking to turn as he's shoved in the back, not once but twice, and it goes out for a throw-in, which Barcelona will have 46 yards from goal in this big pitch. Ball flick goalwards. Opportunity down the right for Villalba, who cuts it back, and it's pinched off his boot by Delgado, and Boca will come away with it. They stride away through Zeballos down the left, who goes to ground. No foul, says the referee, who does eventually give the foul, but he's slow to make that decision, and Barcelona are furious. Paredes stands over it. 5 minutes plus stoppage time to play. Here is Di Lolo for Boca, who needs something now if they're to get a leveller. Paredes to Zeballos. He's got Blako out to his left for support, but he goes alone and beats not one, but two, but three players. This is brilliant from Zeballos, who's able to play it back to Delgado, who ruins the move by going back to his centre half, and Di Lolo will play it back inside to Delgado. Di Lolo again. Orange boots, dark hair, striding forward, playing a ball into the channel, defended well by Barcelona. And that goes out for a goal kick. And my word, what a goal it was. Hector Villalba, the substitute, off his right boot to the bottom left-hand corner of the net. That's the difference between the sides, with just 4 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Barcelona, 16 times Ecuadorian Serie A champions, the most recent of which came in 2020. They're on course for points in Group D of the CONMEBOL Libertadores, and they thoroughly deserve to be ahead. But here come Boca trying to spoil the party. Lovely ball forward, brought down well, that time by Velasco. Still there though, as it bobbles around in the air, and Velasco brings it down at the second time of asking. Here's the Zeballos on the left, who plays it back towards his centre half, and it's Ayrton Costa who has to sprint out to get there. He plays it inside to Delgado, and forward come Boca again. The low block from the Ecuadorians working sublimely, as Costa has to go back to the halfway line with a pass to Di Lolo. Here's Delgado, switching the play to Di Lolo again. Di Lolo's got options down to his right. Velasco's one of them, but instead he goes inside and forward to Milton Jimenez. Jimenez to Costa. Now here with Blako, left-hand side, 40 yards from goal, and they've made no progress in the last minute or so, Boca, who are just exchanging passes around their back line. Here's Zeballos. Zeballos back to Blako. Blako this time looks forward and into Delgado. Delgado finds Zeballos, driving into the box with a ball out to Blako, cut back across, cleared away by Barcelona, but only as far as Zeballos on the edge of the D. He turns, he stumbles, he's able to play a pass forward and receives it back himself. This time he switches it out to Velasco. Velasco to Weigand, whose shot comes in, and actually that must have been a cross because it's pretty much gone out for a throw, and I think it is a goal kick, but it could well have gone out for a throw-in. It had all the whip in the world, but absolutely no accuracy, and it will be another change for the visitors after 88 minutes. And sprinting off the field is Milton Delgado, and on in his place will be Romero, who wears the 29, Angel Romero. And well, it is now time for a goal kick for Javier Garcia. Garcia behind the ball, launches it long down the right, Won back by Ceballos. And out for a throw-in to Barcelona. Good header though from Ceballos, who I think has been really quite good since he came onto the field. And well, Barcelona take the throw-in into the Boca half. And there's another yellow card. This time it's Ayrton Costa who's booked. Well, he just hacked down the Barcelona player who was looking to control the ball. I think it might have been William Vargas, the substitute. And as we tick over towards the 90 minutes, in fact, that could be another red card. Ayrton Costa leaning back has not been given. VAR didn't want to look at it. But Costa with an elbow into the face. Here come Barcelona down the right, looking to seal the deal. Villalba, the goal scorer, has the ball. He's able to play it inside to Gonzalo Luco. Out to Villalba again. And Lugo. Back inside it goes. This time to Montano. And Boca win it back and can look to break with pace, but win a free kick just outside the centre circle. Played quickly down the left. Lovely play. Here's Ceballos in his long shirt sleeves, striding forward. 5 minutes of stoppage time as he plays the ball across. Does a poor job. And out it goes. And Jose Contreras is screaming at the referee, the Barcelona goalkeeper, because the ball was moving when that free kick was taken. 4 minutes of the 5 added on to go. Boca Juniors heading for their second successive defeat in Group D of the CONMEBOL Libertadores, but they have got a corner to try and salvage something. In it goes, it's poor, it's headed away by the man at the front post. Second attempt comes in, blocked away, and Barcelona sprinting out, think they can keep it in play. They can't, but if they could have, they would have been through on goal. It's going to be Costa to take the throw in. He goes to Blanco, who finds Javier Garcia, every white shirt forward and on the front line. Garcia looks across to Blanco, and there's still no urgency from the Argentinian visitors, who are in Ecuador and struggling. Weigand turns, plays it across to, this time, Velasco, whose crossing is good, flicked on by De Lolo. Here's the chance, cross comes in, stabbed away. Good defending by Barcelona to prevent a tap-in for Angel Romero. But still, Boca Juniors have it, and still they come forward through Velasco. Cross in from Weigand, hacked away again by Barcelona, whose low block has worked a treat today. And they're able to stab it up and into the air and out of play for what will be a Boca Juniors throw-in. 40 yards from goal. Well, they've taken it 20 yards from goal, but it's been allowed to stand. Ball out on the left with Romero. He goes centrally to Costa. Costa back to the left, but this time to Ceballos, who plays off a shot from 30 yards, but ends up being tackled, but wins it back himself. This time he drags it out to the left and plays the pass to Blanco. Cross in, bobbles around, flick goals by De Lolo, header down, good save by Jose Contreras. And 4 Barcelona players have gone down injured. Well, the ball in from Ceballos was good. It bobbled around, it was shot goalwards, but really it lacked conviction, and Jose Contreras was able to dive onto that loose ball. Well, the hero of the match, as it's known, has gone to Hector Villalba. His calm finish off his right boot to the keeper's right rippled the net, and that is the difference between the sides. And just like in 2021, Barcelona are beating Boca Juniors by 1-0, and there is just 2 minutes of the match remaining. Goal kick taken long, flicked out, but Boca win it straight back. Here's the ball in the middle, flicked down the left to Ceballos, who is able to beat his marker. Ceballos with space for the cross. It's not a good cross though, it's headed away at the front post again and flicked out even further. This time to Costa, who tees up a 40-yard shot, blocked away before it could even reach the box. Here's Blanco, cross in, headed away again by Barcelona, who are astutely defending and have an opportunity here. 2 against the goalkeeper, who's way off his line. It's Villalba sprinting away, who scored the opener. Villalba one-on-one with the keeper, and Javier Garcia does superbly well to come off his line and make the save, and he'll sprint away with the ball and look to start the attack himself. He plays it forward and into Blako with a minute left of the 95, and Blako with a little step over will turn around and trips over the referee before he can continue. Ball over on the left with Ceballos now. Boca still pressing for an equaliser as the seconds tip away. Here it is inside the box. Keeper comes out. Keeper collects Jose Contreras, who's gone to ground. Surely that will be a free kick to him. 2 players down, both of them for Barcelona. And a yellow card has been shown with 30 seconds left of the match. And well, this yellow card I think has gone to Christian Baez. And in fact, it's gone to Velasco. It's gone to the Boca Junior player. And it was because Velasco went in incredibly late in the tackle. And there are now just 10 seconds left of the 5 minutes added on. Barcelona on track for a victory again. The ball in the hands of Jose Contreras, who puts it down on the spot. He readies himself to take this free kick from the edge of his own box. The 5 minutes are up. Here comes Jose Contreras, who smashes it up. He smashes it long, and the referee blows the full-time whistle. And as it was on the 5th of May in 2021, almost 5 years ago to the day, here at the Estadio Monumental, Barcelona beat Boca Juniors by 1-0. And that goal came from Hector Villalba, who found himself on the edge of the box with the ball cut back to him. In the 73rd minute, he hit it with his right boot down to the left-hand side. The keeper's right it was, and it was a sublime finish. And Barcelona are no longer pointless. They have 3 points in Group D of the CONMEBOL Libertadores. It was a dramatic game in horrible conditions. The pitch drenched, the ball would barely roll. Red cards aplenty. Ascasiba for Boca Juniors sent off in the 33rd minute for kicking the back of the head of Milton Solis. Solis himself sent off in the 45 plus 6th minutes, right on the stroke of half-time, for elbowing Leandro Paredes in the head. It was 0-0 at half-time, and both sides played the second with 10 men, and it was that strike from Villalba, the difference between the sides. And Barcelona are off the mark in the CONMEBOL Libertadores group stage, Group D. They beat Boca Juniors by 1-0.